on the channel, I am wishing you happiness, clarity, and freedom because you deserve it. And every single human being deserves to feel happy, deserves to have clarity, and deserves freedom in their life. Every single human being deserves these things. Now, guys, I want to ask you, have you been experiencing any changes going on in your life in the past few weeks? Have you been experiencing any energetic shifts? Any major life changes going on? Now, I want to let you know that you probably are experiencing these things because it is a new season. It is the season of change, guys. We are in the fall season. And the fall season is when the leaves start to change. It's when the wind starts to blow. It's when nature starts to change. We start to shift into the colder weather. We start to shift and change. And in case you have forgotten, we are a part of nature. So therefore, we are going to shift and change. Along with the leaves on the trees, we are going to shift and change along with the planet. So keep that in mind if you're going through any changes in life, that you are not alone. I am experiencing it as well. Along with 7 billion other human beings on this planet, we are all in this together. We are going to be speaking about pumpkins. Yes, we are going to be speaking about pumpkins. We're going to be whispering some interesting facts about pumpkins, and all I want you to do is sit back and let go and relax, and do not worry about a single thing. Just sit back, relax, and let go of all of your tension. But first off, before we get into the facts, I want to show you a few pumpkins that I've purchased from the local farmer's market. These absolutely beautiful, stunning pumpkins that I am just really loving. I'm really loving these pumpkins. This one in particular has lots of deformities, but it makes it look very unique. And I think it's cool how these deformities are green in color. Instead of staying orange, they have turned green, which is interesting. So I want to give you a close-up view. So let's get into a few very interesting facts about pumpkins that you probably do not know. The first interesting fact is that pumpkins are fruits. Pumpkins are fruits. Why are pumpkins fruits? Simply because they bear the seed. Pumpkins, they have seeds. I'm sure you knew that. But if you didn't know, anything that has a seed is a fruit. Anything that has a seed is a fruit. So now you know pumpkins are fruits, and that means they are amazing because fruit is amazing. Second fact, pumpkins. Every single part of the pumpkin is edible. The stem, the flower, the leaves, the actual fruit itself, the seeds. Every single part of the pumpkin is edible. Now, isn't that fascinating? How nature works. You know, that's why fruit is amazing, because you can eat every single part of the fruit and you're gonna be okay. Alright, now guys, I want to show you the second pumpkin that I have. This is a white pumpkin. This is an albino pumpkin. Now this pumpkin, as you might notice as I am tapping on it, it sounds a bit different. Slightly more hollow. Like a deeper sound to it. But you know, this is more of your typical pumpkin. This is no deformities, nothing too crazy about it, just your standard pumpkin, short little stem. But what makes it unique, of course, is the color. This is an albino pumpkin. Let me know if you've ever seen any really strange pumpkins like this one. Now you might be thinking right now, well, it's not that strange. It's really not that strange, but let me know if you've seen any really strange pumpkins, more like this one. Okay guys, the next interesting fact about pumpkins. They are a great source of beta-carotene, which turns into vitamin A inside of your body. Beta-carotene, found in sweet potatoes, found in carrots. It's what gives it that orange color. Just kidding, this one might not have as much. It's what gives typical pumpkins their orange color. Would be interesting to measure the amount of beta-carotene still in this one. I'm sure it still has a good amount, but not nearly as much as your typical orange pumpkin. Alright, moving on to the next fact. Guys, if you're enjoying this, smash the like button or just tap it gently with your index finger, that will do. Pumpkins are native to Central America and Mexico. Pumpkins are native to Central America and Mexico. This to me is interesting because I always thought pumpkins were sort of a North America type of fruit, because you know, where I live, farther north, they grow abundantly. So I figured they're probably just native to this area. But that is false. I was proven wrong. They are native to Central America and Mexico. But I'm really just loving the sounds that this pumpkin is making. But the last pumpkin that I have is going to make a slightly different sound, which you will see. But moving on to the next fact about pumpkins that you probably don't know. When the Pilgrims relocated to North America, they didn't know how to cook pumpkins. So the Native Americans taught the Pilgrims how to prepare and cook and eat pumpkins. So I'm sure we all learned about the Pilgrims in elementary school. And just a second, let's just reminisce on elementary school days, because how good were those days? Just so good, right? You just go to school, it was all fun and games, you play with your friends, and then you come home, and dinner's cooking, and you don't even have to worry about a thing. But gratitude reveals that any time in your life can feel that way. You just gotta give thanks, put things into perspective, and realize that your life is spectacular. Right now, the position that you're in is incredible. Okay, guys, we have the third and final pumpkin that I've purchased. This is a big pumpkin. I'd say about the size of my head, maybe a little bigger. But this is a pretty big pumpkin, and if you think this is as big as they get, you have been mistaken, guys, because this is actually a very small pumpkin. These things get very big, which you're going to realize in the final fact that I have for you. But interesting how this pumpkin makes a different noise. This pumpkin is even more hollow, has more volume to it, and probably will carve this one or paint it or something, even though it's already been painted with that beautiful orange natural beta carotene color. But moving on to the next fact. The first jack-o'-lanterns were not actually made from pumpkins. They were made from turnips. So that to me is surprising, because turnips are typically a lot smaller than pumpkins. So that would be more of a challenge to carve, would it not? You know, just being such a smaller item, it would be harder to carve that. But, you know, that's why pumpkins became the jack-o'-lantern staple, because they're much easier to carve, and they are much bigger. So that makes sense that turnips did not stay as the standard jack-o'-lantern item, right? So yeah, this is basically your standard pumpkin. Nothing too special about it. Bigger stem though, bigger stem. And it's really fascinating how hard these stems are. Like, this is a very hard fruit, like very hard fruit. These stems are no joke, they're heavy duty. Nature is strong. Nature is really strong. But wow, do they make great sounds, right? But anyways, moving on to the second to last fact. The state of Illinois grows the most pumpkins. The state of Illinois grows the most pumpkins. Which doesn't surprise me, you know, Midwest, lots of pumpkins. But also, you know, Illinois grows like twice as many pumpkins as all other states. I think it was something like 12,000 acres. Crazy amount of acres of pumpkins, right? But we are going to be moving on to the final fact, so you can scurry off to sleep or scurry off to the rest of your day. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this time with me talking about pumpkins, relaxing, not worrying about a thing. Okay, the final fact is the heaviest pumpkin ever grown weighed in at 2,528 pounds. produce something that massive that is still edible at the same time is mind-blowing. Like, that pumpkin could probably feed thousands of families for one season. Just mind-blowing. The abundance of nature is truly gratifying. And when you see these giant fields dotted with orange pumpkins, you realize that fall is the season of gratitude. Every season is the season of gratitude, because nature is so abundant, and nature really cares for you. Mother Earth is your true mother of the earth that provides for all of us. Alright guys, I want to thank you for tuning into this video. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being amazing. And I want you to have a beautiful night's rest, or a beautiful rest of your day. And just know that you are cared for. Everything is perfect. And all the change that you're experiencing during this time is magical. And it is a gift in disguise. Because change is the greatest thing in this universe. If everything stayed the same, how much would that suck? That would just suck, wouldn't it? Change is beautiful. Change is necessary. And that's why this is a perfect reality. Guys, you are cared for, you are loved, you are appreciated.